first of our authors is right here. This is Josh Shelton. He's an Emmy-nominated producer. That's TV stuff. Also a YouTube award winner. That's computer stuff. And this is his first song and book written for kids. You've heard the song coming in, so now keep that in your head while you're listening to the book. And then he lives in town with his wife and 2 sons. And one of those sons is the reason he wrote this book, because he knows every construction vehicle known to man.
Yeah.
Like all right. Cool. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So, thank you so much for coming out. My 2 boys are here, and we'll see, as with everyone with little kids, we'll see how seated they stay. As you all heard, I just played the song version of the tune, the song version of the book, but I'm going to read it this time because it's there's a song version, but it's also a great fun counting book. But there is one part of the book that if people and kids want to help sing along, I will absolutely encourage that. And that's a part that goes, 5 golden backhoes. So that comes every now and then, and if people want to sing along just for that part, that would be so helpful. So here we go. This is the 12 Days of Construction by me, Josh Shelton. As you can see, we got lots of construction vehicles in here, and I have my little construction experts right here. And that's who it's for Hudson and Thoreau. So here we go. On the first day of construction, my foreman brought to me a flatbed with a Christmas tree. On the second day of construction, my foreman brought to me two excavators and a flatbed with a Christmas tree. That's right. And on the third day of construction, my foreman brought to me 3 forklifts, 2 excavators, and a flatbed with a Christmas tree. And on the fourth day of construction, my foreman brought to me 4 front-end loaders, 3 forklifts, 2 excavators, and a flatbed with a Christmas tree. But on the 5th day of construction, my foreman brought to me 5 golden backhoes. That's right. 4 front-end loaders, 3 forklifts, 2 excavators, and that flatbed with a Christmas tree. That's right. On the 6th day of construction, my foreman brought to me 6 cranes a-lifting, 5 golden backhoes, 4 front-end loaders, 3 forklifts, 2 excavators, and a flatbed with a Christmas tree. Yeah, there you go. It's right there. And on the 7th day of construction, my foreman brought to me 7 bulldozers dozing, 6 cranes a-lifting, 5 golden backhoes, 4 front-end loaders, 3 forklifts, 2 excavators, and a flatbed with a Christmas tree. More and more. Keep coming. On the 8th day of construction, my foreman brought to me, anyone know what those are? 8 jackhammers hammering, 7 bulldozers dozing, 6 cranes a-lifting, 5 golden backhoes. Yes, my darling? Oh, I think it's fun for everyone. Good question. I think I was at 4 front-end loaders, 3 forklifts, 2 excavators, and a flatbed with a Christmas tree. On the 9th day of construction, my foreman brought to me, that's right, a dump truck. 9 trucks a dumping, 8 jackhammers hammering, 7 bulldozers dozing, 6 cranes a-lifting, 5 golden backhoes, 4 front-end loaders, 3 forklifts, 2 excavators, and a flatbed with a Christmas tree. It's really stacking up here. You see how many there are? Yeah. Whoa! On day 10. On the 10th day of construction, my foreman brought to me, does anyone know what that machine is?
Grader.
It's a grader. 10 graders grading. And 9 trucks of dumping, 8 jackhammers hammering, 7 bulldozers dozing, 6 cranes a lifting, 5 golden backhoes, 4 front end loaders, 3 forklifts, 2 excavators, and a flatbed with a Christmas tree. On the 11th day of construction, my foreman, yeah, those are rollers rolling. And you can count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rollers rolling. And we know what's on the next page. 10 graders grading, 9 trucks of dumping, 8 jackhammers hammering, 7 bulldozers dozing, 6 cranes of lifting, 5 golden backhoes, 4 front end loaders, 3 forklifts, 2 excavators, and a flatbed with a Christmas tree. And now we're on the last day. On the 12th day of construction. Yeah, exactly. There's cement mixers, concrete trucks, and I say that they are 12 cement drums spinning. As well as, what else did they bring? Here we go, so many things. 11 rollers rolling, 10 graders grading, 9 trucks of dumping, 8 jackhammers hammering, 7 bulldozers dozing, 6 cranes of lifting, 5 golden backhoes, 4 front end loaders, 3 forklifts, thank you, 2 excavators, everyone, and a flatbed with a Christmas tree. There we go. Thank you so much. And there's also a QR on the code if you want to listen to the song. It's available on Spotify and anywhere that you listen. Thank you.
Sorry, we got a traffic jam. All right, next up is Mike Bender. He is a New York Times bestselling author. That's an important newspaper. He's an award-winning children's author. His other books include A Book About Nothing and The End Is Just the Beginning. But the other one that you guys probably know is The Most Serious Part. Has anybody read that? Yeah. Do you guys think parts are funny? Yeah. Did you guys get a whoopee cushion and find out what those are? Which, you know, your parents are super aware of, but you probably weren't. Well then, you'll probably like this one too. Do you think boogers are funny? Yeah? Yeah? Alright, well this is a very fun story about boogers, also illustrated by the same guy who illustrated The Most Serious Part. That was Chuck Dillon. He's an award-winning illustrator. The author, Mike Bender, is the genius behind this series, or spiritual series? Spiritual series, yeah. Alright, let's welcome him. Oh, you got the book. Cool. Yay.
Okay, I'm gonna ask everybody for one favor before I start reading, which is my illustrator, Chuck, did all the amazing illustrations in this series part, Bravest Booger. He actually, he has drawn and done pictures for so long that he actually has to go get surgery on his hand tomorrow. So I would love it if I could just get a video of everyone saying "Good luck, Chuck," which rhymes. It's perfect. His name is Chuck. All right. So can I get everybody? I'll say 1, 2, 3, and then everybody say "Good luck, Chuck." Okay. I'll let you know. 1, 2, 3.
Good luck, Chuck.
That rhymes. That does rhyme. Okay, awesome. Thank you. He's very nervous. That'll make him very happy. Well, thank you everybody for coming. For those that are familiar with The Most Serious Part, I see some familiar faces here. From this week, I spent a whole week reading at schools all over Santa Barbara, which was amazing, and I had so much fun, and I learned so much every time I read the book. This is my 5th book, and I love writing it for children especially. It is the most gratifying and joyful thing that I do, so I'm very excited about this book. This book is called, can everyone say it? The Bravest Booger. Okay, and I'll I'll make sure everybody can see it. Don't worry about if anyone's making a little bit of noise. It's okay. I'm very practiced at this, and I'm used to there being a lot of noise. So nobody has to worry. Down a humid passage, nestled in nose hair, lived a timid booger, hiding in despair. There are two little eyeballs right here. Someone's hiding. Oh no, what's wrong? Her name was Beatrice. She was sticky as super glue, so gummy and gooey, she couldn't rinse out her shampoo, because boogers use shampoo, not shampoo. Obviously. When Beatrice was just a baby boo, her grandmother took her to the store. Without warning, a finger barged in and picked Granny to nevermore. See that? So this is why we don't pick our nose, because we never know who we might be picking. See? From that frightful day forward, Beatrice stayed tucked away. Not able to join her friends, she did puzzles all day. Can you see how many puzzles Beatrice did? It's because she never leaves. Attention, attention, attention! A warning flashed across her TV. The nasal weather channel shouted, "Your human is having an allergy!" Beatrice thought about her dear friends playing frisbee in the park, not knowing that a mighty wind might suck them into the dark. Oh no. Beatrice's body froze as her hands trembled with fear. She wanted to warn her friends, but she was scared she'd disappear. Then the TV screen got fuzzy, and something crusty came into view. Beatrice couldn't believe her eyes. It was good old Granny Betty Sue. Remember Grandma that got picked? She's back. You must leave at once. You have fellow snots to save. It's time to let go of the past. Now is the time to be
Brave.
Yes! So Beatrice, very good. So Beatrice grabbed a cape and headed out the door, determined not to let fright hold her back anymore. When Beatrice arrived at the park, the allergy attack had begun. Her friends darted this way and that, not sure of which direction to run. Without the slightest hesitation, Beatrice stuck to a weather vane and told everyone around her to form a giant booger train. You see the booger train? As the storm began to settle, all the boogers turned to see the only reason they had survived was because of Beatrice's bravery. Hovering high amongst the clouds, Granny beamed from above, proud of Beatrice for facing her fear, and for doing it with love. Because of Beatrice's brave act, all boogers, near and far, dig deep to find their own courage, no matter what size they are. This is my favorite page, because all the boogers here are doing things that they were once scared of doing, but now they're showing courage, and they're doing things that they were frightened of, but not frightened anymore, like touching a tissue. Because if you were a booger, that would be very, very scary to touch a tissue. Looking under their bed. This is my favorite, Meet the Bug, that flew into our nose and just lives here now. Has anyone had a bug fly up their nose before? Well, this bug is just hanging out. And finally, the end, written in nose hair. Oh, my Granny. Thank you. Okay. I brought two other books. So if everybody is up for it, would you like to hear the most serious part?
Yes.
Okay, that way we'll just complete the whole collection. Okay. This one, you know this book? You do know, okay. This is called The Most Serious Part. It's very, very serious. It does. And I'm going to mention that happening. Thank you, Tay-Tay. I appreciate that because it does. There's something very special about both of these books. In a not-so-quiet neighborhood deep in the bowels lived the most serious fart with monogrammed towels. He's got his name on the towel. His name was Siegfried, never a smile on his face. He only listened to Beethoven, and he always carried a briefcase. Most farts lived in clusters, but Siegfried lived all alone. He didn't have any friends, nobody to share a scone. He thought he had no choice but to live life this way. Other farts were just fools who delighted in disarray. Siegfried had held his gripe long enough. It was time to make a stink. Farts should be taken seriously, like a sneeze or a blink. Thanks to his fellow farts, nothing really mattered. Mocked by even babies, their reputation was shattered. The Board of Old Farts held a meeting once a year where farts of all smells wafted in through the rear. It was a chance to be heard, to truly speak their minds, but mostly they came for the after party and to shake their behinds. Siegfried had come for a debate. Taking a pad and pointer from his case, he prepared 4 arguments to push the fart to its proper place. First, a fart should no longer depart from the depths of the derriere. Does everyone know what a derriere is? It's your behind. It's a very fancy word for your butt. But rather a more elevated spot, like the mouth, eyes, or even nose hair. Second, the telltale tooting sound was a dreaded cacophony. It needed a more dignified tune, like Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Third, the sneaky smell of rotten eggs must be rethought and replaced. Siegfried preferred more refreshing scents, lemongrass, and minty fresh toothpaste. Lastly, Siegfried asked the board to reconsider the fart's very own name. A 4-letter word like butt and poop brought them nothing but shame. So he offered a new title that suggested nobility. And dropping a bomb, he presented the farfluffity. Can you imagine if we called it a farfluffity? Like that. Finishing his long-winded plea with nothing left to say, Siegfried was feeling confident that he had blown the old farts away. The board quibbled and squabbled, but ended in a stalemate. They decided to let the town's farts decide the fart's fate. To the mic, each fart floated, blasting ideas Siegfried promoted. Well, I'm proud of my tooting vibrations. They've been in my family for generations. I don't care if babies laugh at me. Their little giggles fill me with glee. Well, I don't want to be a fart proof. Oh, for fart's sake, I can't even say it. Hooray for the booty! Hooray for the booty! Hooray for the booty! Siegfried turned his back while everyone joined the chant until the eldest fart hit the gavel. Yes! And ripped into a rousing rant. Thank you. Well, Siegfried, your fellow farts have spoken clearly about these opinions which you've held so dearly. You should be proud of who you are, not who you think you should be. One day we will all run out of gas, so don't take yourself so seriously. As Siegfried considered his fellow farts, he began to rethink his position. Maybe the other farts weren't such fools. Perhaps they cared about tradition. And so Siegfried formally withdrew his debate, a cause for everyone in the room to celebrate. Siegfried agreed to attend the fartstival that night to make sure that everyone knew he'd butt out of this fight. Although he didn't throw a jig or join the electric slide, he saw one thing they took seriously, flexing their fun side. Siegfried still listened to Beethoven and enjoyed tea and scones, but he did so with plenty of friends and with grins instead of groans. The rear end of this.